Hey everybody, this is Keith Perkins with Motor Age, and today's video is sponsored by Autel. Today we have a 2017 Honda Civic. So today we have an ABS module, or as Honda calls it, a VSA modulator, no communication fault after some suspension and or wheel speed sensor repairs. So we're going to use the Autel Ultra S2 in order to diagnose this problem. Now what's great about the S2 is we're going to be able to use it for the entire life cycle. I don't actually know what's wrong yet with the vehicle, so we'll kind of diagnose it together. But with the S2, we're going to be capable of performing the diagnosis, any kind of repair, all the way up to module replacement and or calibration. This vehicle does have a lane departure system camera, so if something gets involved in the ADAS system, which sometimes with suspension repairs that's the case, we will be able to do everything we need for the entire life cycle on a single tool, which is the most powerful part of the S2 Ultra. It's got everything in it to us to complete pretty much any job from beginning to end. So let's start out with a vehicle scan. We'll select diagnostics. We'll go to vehicle identification. We'll select auto detect. You'll notice that the battery voltage at the top right is indicating 13.6. As always, we have adequate battery support on this vehicle before we start the diagnostics. All right, the topology map pulls up, so we're gonna go ahead and do a fault scan first, and then we're gonna cover a few of the things on the new topology 3.0. Now that I've got the scan, I'm gonna go ahead and hit report first before we look at the topology 3.0. I always like to take and save at the top, report it to my Autel cloud. I'm going to go ahead and just save it as it sets. And then I usually, for safe measure, save it as a PDF as well. Again, just a step, nothing specific, but because we have the Autel cloud, I can access that report or almost any report, picture or image I've taken on this tablet remotely from anywhere. This makes it really nice to add to my digital vehicle inspection that we use on our shop management system. Looking through the report, we can see that there's an FCAN malfunction, which is what the VSA module is on. Looks like lots of modules are upset. We can't talk to the VSA. If we go back and look at that topology, look at this. We can zoom right in. We can see the ABS module is highlighted, is on this lime green network that also goes to PCM, goes up, goes to gateway, branches off, goes to adaptive cruise control, ADS, electronic power steering, IDAS, and MVCS modules. And as you can see, the ABS module is not communicating. If we select it by clicking it, it gives us a description of the ECU. We could select DTCs, which if this module is communicating, it could read out all of its diagnostic trouble codes to us. And we have a location graphics tab where it shows us the physical installation location of the component. We open it up, we can take a look. There's an actual reported picture of the component. Now, if we select a module that's communicating on a typical controller area network, like let's say the gateway module, we would have an additional option that says ping network. Now, by selecting that, we're able to select any number of modules we would like that are currently communicating and be able to ping them repeatedly to see if they're communicating. Now, as you can see, the ABS module is not talking, so we're gonna have to address that first. So, where do we go? Well, we can start out by going and looking at some service information. Every good diagnosis starts with a couple basic process steps. We always want to make sure we confirm the concern. We gather some initial analysis, which we've done with the Autel S2 Ultra. As you can see, topology map super helpful. We know what network it's on. We know what other modules are associated with it. We quickly get a report right off of the vehicle, and now we can go straight to our information gathering step. This is where we're going to go look at some wiring diagrams and build our test plan of how we're going to diagnose this concern. All right, for me, the fastest way, I just hit my little home screen down here. I go ahead and kick right on over to my quick links, and I'm gonna go right to the TrueSpeed website. Now, because I'm attached to a vehicle, it pulled year, make, model directly into the tool. I can select diagrams up top. I could go to VSA, which is probably what I'm gonna do. Let's just go ahead and search by VSA. Now, being familiar with how Honda sets things up, I typically gotta go down to our wiring diagram section. We can select, I think the TPMS stuff actually has the VSA modulator in it. And if we select this particular vehicle, which is going to be a 1.5 liter CVT, it's got keyless access. This is our diagram. Let me go ahead and search. Usually the VSA is down at the end over here. All right, now that I've got the VSA modulator on the wiring diagram, I need to familiarize myself with this diagram. I see some FCAN communication lines, that's important. I see all the wheel speed sensors, and then we're gonna have, there we go, that component is most likely gonna be one of our powers. The way that it's got the voltage monitoring on it tells me this is probably a power to control the unit actually communicating. We follow that blue line over, and we see that it comes from a 10 amp fuse in the under dash fuse and relay box. So that's an important power we need to check. And at the very end here, that G303 is an important ground we need to check. My most reasonable thing I'm going to go to is I'm going to go to this connector and just check pins 4 and 13 for power and ground on the ABS module. Some of you may be thinking, let's go ahead and just check the fuse first. That might be a thing that we could inspect, but the brake lights work on this vehicle. So a little bit of, common sense slash some critical thinking tells us if the brake lights work, this brake light relay control circuit, this is a control side, the bottom two there, pins 1 and 3, which that's the power and a control side to that. If that brake light circuit is functioning, it is very much likely not at all going to be a power supply issue from that fuse. It might be to the module. So we need to get to the module, we need to check powers and grounds. If we get there, and those two things are good at pins 4 and 13, we then need to move ourselves over to pins 20 and 21 and scope the FCAN communication circuit to see if we're missing a communication wire or if there's a wire integrity issue to one of those. That's probably our most likely situation. Let's go check those. Let's get to the module, let's check powers, grounds, and then go to the comms. Somewhere in that test we should find our issue. All right, so we've got the accessory kit that came with our S2 Ultra out. We're gonna go ahead and get to the ABS control module, check pins 4 and 13, as well as 20 and 21 for our powers, grounds, and comms to the ABS control module. Leads that come with the Ultra kit are labeled so you could do a drag test, which was not the intention here, but when checking to figure out which size would fit the connectors, because the powers and grounds are typically on the ends of these connectors, I'll show you a good picture and just kind of point it out here. As you can see, it's pretty obvious. Now, when I went to go press the connectors into the pin, I noticed that they go really tight into one, like it's supposed to. Not too tight, but just tight enough you could tell there's a good amount of drag. And on the other one, she just goes right in. It just literally falls right out. If I don't even pull on it, it just goes directly in without any force and literally falls out of the connector. I think it might be pin tension that's the problem. I'm gonna call the shop that sent it over, ask them what they've done, what they know about it, and see if maybe they were the ones that were in here, if they found this or what's going on. Okay, that's in such a bad location. I wanted to just show you on a separate connector. We've got a bunch of connectors laying around the shop. So I wanted to show you what a pin drag test looks like. So this is kind of what we were experiencing in the car. I found an appropriate sized connector for the pins in this. So when I push it in and we look real close, it goes in and there's quite a bit of tension. You can see it doesn't really fall off. Now, conversely, if we put it in a spot that's got the pin that's been spread out, and we put it in, it doesn't really do much. And it definitely doesn't stay in the connector. So as you can see, there's a pin tension issue in this connector. That's what we're experiencing on the Honda. Okay, got the connector repaired, luckily didn't have to replace it. And now we're gonna move on to scanning the car. But what I'll tell you is when I plugged the ABS module back in, I heard a lot of noises and dings going on inside the cabin. That's good news. Hopefully we brought it back into communication. So let's jump over on the S2 and check it out. Picking up right back where we were, let's just click back over off of that view, zoom out, go back to fault scan, and rescan the whole car. Look at that, the ABS module is communicating. So let's go ahead and erase all those other DTCs that were in there from the ABS module not communicating, and then we'll go ahead and rescan it and see what DTCs exist and see if we got this thing figured out. Okay, got it scanned. Looks like there's no DTCs left, so we've got to get this mess kind of all cleaned up. Then I'm going to go for a test drive and we'll confirm the final diagnosis of this vehicle. All right, just got back from the test drive. Looks like everything's great and repair is confirmed. With the Autel Ultra S2, we were able to perform everything from the diag, service information. It was all right in one platform for us. Thanks to Motor Age and thanks to Autel, and we'll see you guys next time.